Welcome, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Journeys in the Stolen Lands. We have a little bit of a break in our main quest. We just finished up the Season of Bloom, and we've kind of been hanging out in the Tenebrous Depths, making our way through those dungeon levels. And it sounds like this is a good time to check out the Varnhold DLC. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I'm assuming it will be more than one episode, if not several. So let's jump in. While celebrating your victory at Jamandi Aldori's mansion, you met another hero of the Stolen Lands, the mercenary captain Maegor Varn. While you build your barony in the Shrike Hills and the Gnarl Marshes, Varn and his people established their own nation of Varnhold on the plains of Dunsward. What challenges do they face? Play this story and the main campaign will reflect the consequences of the choices you make. Okay. As far as difficulty, I think we're just going to leave it on normal. We've been playing on hard in the main game. But I don't want to drag this out any longer than necessary, and I'm not overly concerned about like building a super powerful party here. I'm more interested in the story and seeing what happens here. So we'll leave it on normal and see how that goes. If we have to bump the difficulty up or down, we'll see what happens. So we're gonna work on our character here, and then we will come back. Okay, I wasn't sure how much time to spend on this. I don't know how long we're going to be involved with this character, but if it is a little while, I wanted it to be someone who we'd be interested in. Kind of went sort of a polar opposite from our main character, Kane. We've got our lawful good paladin, Idalia.
My skills
And
exceed yours.
I don't know about this build. I just sort of kind of went into everything, I guess, a little bit. Hopefully we can get some healing out of her. I think we started at level 5, and I don't know how far from there we even go. If we should plan on leveling up a bunch of times or none, or what's going to happen there. Just wanted her to have a little bit of AC, a little bit of strength, some charisma for her spells. But I don't know, maybe it's going to turn into a jack of all trades, master of none situation, but we'll see. I think that, I don't know, like, she must be some sort of like follower of Maegor Varn. In that vein, I guess we'll kind of see her as maybe sort of the protector of the group. She has more good intentions than Kane, for sure. And she ended up in Varnhold with Maegor. And she just got a couple of skill points, so we went into persuasion and perception. She was at -1, so we're up to 0. And let's see, we took for feats, we took Iron Will and Great Fortitude. Again, not sure there what to spend those on that would do us the most good from the beginning. If she is going to be sort of a tank for us, those two things should help a little bit. With the Paladin class, she gets the armor proficiency. Let's see, in her domain, we took Iomidi. Or her, not her domain, her, like, god that she worships. The domains are glory, good, law, sun, and war, and favored weapon, longsword. So we'll see, maybe we get a longsword put on her. Anyway, I think that's it for the character creation, so we can jump into the story. Oh, after we level her up a few more times. Yeah, I think we could go clear up to level 5. So I'm going to have to do that. Okay, now we're ready to start. We're up to level 5 Paladin. We've picked up a few things like Selective Channel. I don't know if we can see them all here. We'll have to go back. I took another feat. I picked up Toughness, seemed like, again, most useful here from the beginning. Yeah, we'll kind of get to know what she can do as we get going. I think this will jump us into the story, though. Yeah.
It shall be called Varnhold.
Okay. There are some stories that resemble the last, fleeting beam of sunlight as the sun sets in the fog. It gleams and disappears, leaving perhaps a bright trace in someone's memory. One such story is of a town called Varnhold, and I, an author still unknown to you, shall convey it in every truthful and exciting detail. That's right, we don't have Lindsay to narrate this for us, do we? So we're back in the banquet hall. There's Kane and Lindsay.
Ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsward, and finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Kane there with his Stag Lord's helmet on.
Step forward.
So this is Varn. I think this is our character here.
On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Thank you, Lady Aldori, distinguished guests. It is a great honor for me. It is with the greatest joy that I announce the founding of my barony in Dunsward. It shall be called Varnhold. But I must say that this happy event is not mine to claim alone. The stolen lands would never have yielded to me if it weren't for the valor of my friends and companions. Now I would like to introduce my right hand.
Okay, that's us.
A hero without whose help I wouldn't be standing here now. Please, step forward.
Okay. The beginning. This is cool. It's cool to be back here in a totally different story with the same people. Like, can we see Kane walking around? There's Lander. Be cool if we could talk to Kane. I don't see him, so maybe he's already gone back to his room. Okay, we can talk to Jamandi. So you're the famous Adalia. I'm pleased to finally meet you in person. Varn has told me much of your deeds. The Varnling host fought for your interests many times, but we haven't had a chance to meet in person yet. It's a pleasure doing business with the Varnling host. Is that us? We're Varn's mercenary group. Okay. You offer honest swords for honest gold. You do charge a fair amount, but this means I won't have to worry about someone else buying you out from under me. Alas, not many mercenary teams can boast your reputation. What do you hold for the future of Varnhold? I only wish I knew. We live in a wild time of great changes. The rise of new states and disputed lands will be a shock to the entire region. Of course, I have my own thoughts and plans, as everyone does, but there's only one thing I'm sure of. There will be no risk of a boring future. Allow me to return the question. What do you think awaits your young barony? I'll be frank. We are braced for the manipulations, guile, and treachery of our neighbors. I value your frankness. Yes, many rulers fall victim to the ambitions of their neighbors and their own gullibility, but many more fail from an inability to make reliable alliances. You can't survive without friends, and how can you find them if you see the face of the enemy everywhere you look? Okay. She wishes us luck. Castle? What about these two? We talked to them. Natala Sertova. Natalis Restova gives you a cool but mildly curious look as if you were a peculiar animal at a zoo. Idalia, right hand of a Mager Varn, hero of the legendary Varnling host. They say your courage is only matched by your ingenuity. Is this true? I see you've heard of me, but alas, I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting you. There is still a smile on Natala's face, but her eyes and voice become colder than Isian ice. An oversight. People in your trade are wise to know their potential employers or enemies. What do you think of today's reception? I suppose Lady Aldori and Lord Mayor Selemius are very happy with this affair they've managed to plot behind my back, along with their new toy baronies. Honestly, I should remind them who rules Brevoy and call an immediate end to the entire farce. Do you know why I haven't? Because it would have been a terribly obvious and crude response to Restov's maneuverings. On the battlefield, you wouldn't seek to do the very thing that your adversary expects and has been preparing for, would you? But I assure you, sooner or later we will make our move, just not today. What are your thoughts on the future of Varnhold? You are addressing the ruler of Brevoy. I don't guess anyone's future, I determine it. But as for Varnhold, truth be told, I am still thinking about what to do with you. We'll see how you deal with the lands you've received. Have a safe journey. I wish your barony happiness and prosperity. And Chandra Murphy? Yeah.
I'll go ahead.
Anybody else here we should try to talk to? How about Keston? Well, Tartuccio. Well, scum. And how did we... maybe I've had one too many. Isvanki Kieg. See the other, like, ruler to our west? Lander, do you have anything to say to us? Hannes Drelev? Yeah. I think that's it for here. Looks like maybe we need to talk... Oh, here's Mager Varn. Okay. As the guests linger and entertain themselves, one hero of the occasion stands aside. Mager Varn, the leader of Varnling Host, your direct commander, and henceforth the undisputed Baron of Varnhold. He's busying himself with one of his favorite pastimes. He's trying very hard not to yell, but he's ferociously arguing about something with the party's co-founder, a wizard named Cephal Laurentus. Okay, I think we met him at some point, too. Varn's oldest companion and his most uncompromising opponent.
But, Varn, my dear friend, would you please be so kind as to explain what devil take you've been doing? I've financed this venture with my own personal funds, not to mention all the effort and time I've invested. And pray tell, what was it all for? For you to assemble the fruits of our labors and pitch the whole lot down the privy?
Fruits? I've been busy guarding these fruits from Brevoy's incessant fruit moths. But I'm a baron now. We finally have our own land. For the first time in our lives, we're independent. No one can tell us what to do, and you want to destroy everything we've achieved by inviting spies into our house? Of course, why not? Please, do come in, eavesdrop, sniff around, take whatever you please. Cephal is generous. He said make yourself at home.
Oh, Asmodeus, please give me the patience to withstand this nonsense, or take my soul already. Varn, what are you saying? What is this independence you speak of? We depend on Restov for literally everything, from the inflow of settlers to the food to feed them. I like Jamandi no more than you do, but it will take us years to free ourselves from her influence. Right now we must bow to our patron, brag about a title we received from her very hands.
Listening to you is disgusting. Did we claw away our own piece of land, only to keep toiling away for all those... Ah, friend! You're right on time. Come, be our arbiter.
Okay, what are you arguing about?
At issue is the fact that Jamandi Aldori has generously offered to Magar the use of her envoy. And who is Jamandi Aldori? The very same one who created our barony, and who could make it disappear with a flick of her finger. An insignificant figure in the grand scheme of things, no doubt, But good Varn refused her. And to top it all off, he rather suggestively hinted that he considers every single one of Brevoy's diplomats to be spies.
Well, you never know. They could be.
What else should I consider them? Cephal, have you grown foggy in your old age? I can hardly recognize you. You've always been a hardliner. You've always put the interests of our ventures above everything else. And now you want us to roll over on our backs for the Aldori, wiggle our tails, and wait to be petted. We're an independent state now, and we shall have it known to all that we won't be ordered about.
It's kind of cool here that now we're not like the all-powerful ruler of our barony. We're sidekick instead.
Magar, of course they're spies. You refused the spy in plain sight. Congratulations, well done. Now the Sword Lords will send other spies, ones we won't even be able to see. Restov has invested a great deal in our barony. He is ready to invest yet more. So why bite the hand that feeds us before the feeding is over? We could at least pretend to be humble, so long as we're still getting something for it.
Okay, so I wonder if it's Kessel. Isn't that his name? Or Castle? That Jumanji was trying to install as Mager's envoy, since we didn't take him. We took Lander instead. Cephal wants us to accept Jumandi's envoy, and Mager, I guess, doesn't.
Well, for one thing, that's low. By accepting Restov's handouts, we're taking on certain obligations. I know you don't care a fig for morality, but think of our reputation. Who will want to deal with us if we steal from our employers and stab them in the back?
Why do you keep saying us and our? Do I need to remind you that you're a baron now? That is the difference between you and me. You were born of a noble family, and yet even now, after receiving lands and power, you continue to think like the leader of a band of thugs. But my parents plowed the soil, and I learned to read by moonlight. But even as a snot-nosed child, I tried to think like a ruler, a king without a kingdom. After decades, my plans and schemes are finally bearing fruit. I shall not allow you to destroy everything we have created with your stupid pride.
Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna just go along with Mager here. We must claim our rights at once, or we'll never climb out from under Restov's boot.
I will tell you one thing. If you engaged battle as clumsily as you're playing politics, all of us would be long dead by now. Caution, restraint, tactical finesse. When you're on the battlefield, you seem to remember what these things are. How is it that you've forgotten all of it now?
With all due respect, Cephal, I'm still the military leader here. You've called me hot-tempered and reckless many times before, pleading that I'll get all of us killed. But look around. We're still alive. Don't be a coward now. I know what I'm doing.
That is true. You have saved us more than once. Apparently, in order to valiantly ruin not just a party of mercenaries, but an entire barony. All right, enough arguing. What is done cannot be undone. You spoiled my game quite a bit, Magar, and I will not forget it in a hurry. We shall try to play with the hand we were dealt. Celebrations are over. It's time for everyday life. I suggest we exchange bows with the respected hosts and set off to Varnhold. We have much work to do.
Okay, I think we've spoken to everyone, so let's go. Varnhold awaits.
Shamondi best not learn where we live. If there were an envoy with us, I would already be feeding them misinformation.
Okay, we made it to Varnhold. Looks like our militia here waiting for us. Look at this dude up here. Varnling host, my eagles, I've promised for many years that I would lead you to victory, and now I have. You are a mercenary party no more. You are my personal guard, the best of the best. We will never fight for others' gold again. From now on, we fight for what's ours. Hip hip hooray! Okay, the soldiers fall out, and only Kjirdi Eisbach remains, looking as gloomy as ever despite the universal jubilation. The Sullen dwarf is quartermaster and chaplain of the Varnling host, famous for her skill in dampening the commander's enthusiasm. Welcome back, Your Grace. Did you have fun at the celebration? Have enough to eat? Good, then let's get back to work before you squander the whole barony. You should have gone with us. You would have liked it. I hate Restov. Besides, while you were at the ball, another bandit gang slithered into town. And who would have taken care of it if I weren't here, huh? Anyhow, the festivities are over. You're a baron now. Get to baroning. If you say so, to baroning. Here's my first order. I shall appoint you, Kjirdi, as treasurer. You, Cephal, will be my regent, and you, Idalia, my general. Any questions? No? Then get to work. Okay, for a few moments, Maegor watches Cephal and Kjirdi go away, then looks at you. There's a mischievous twinkle in his eyes. Hard to believe, isn't it? After so many years of life on the road, nights in barracks and tents, I am now a baron, with my own humble baronial residence. Huh. Is this like a... coming on to him? That one is for sure, I think. Okay. Oh, you know what? He's a handsome guy. Sleeping in a tent isn't that bad. It depends who you're sharing it with. Maegor smiles. You're right. Anyway, we'll have plenty of time to discuss the respective merits of tents and beds. Haha. Well, General, here's your first order. Talk to Kjirdi and pick 3 of our lads as your brothers in arms. I can't spare more than 3 for now. Someone has to guard the capital. Take the best, whoever will follow you to hell and back. When you've gathered them together, come find me at the fort. There's something I need you to do. 25,000 gold. Okay, so... see some people standing around here. Is that who we get to pick from? Our brothers in arms. Who's this? Okay, just a peasant. Choose a party for the venture. Something is troubling Baron Varn, and he's asked his general to choose 3 members of the party to take on a certain venture. Quartermaster Kjirdi will be happy to assist. Okay, I want to take a look at her spellbook here. Need to memorize some things. Challenge evil. Challenge an evil creature to bring the fight to you or suffer the consequences. You gain a +2 sacred bonus on all melee attacks against the subject of the spell. We have, I think... let's see. We should have like... here we go. Okay, we've got 2 channels. And we took selective channel, so this should only heal our allies. And then we've got Divine Weapon Bond, Flaming or Keen. Divine Weapon Bond. Okay, just normal, I guess. +1 enhancement bonus. And then instead of the enhancement bonus, we get Flaming or Keen. Lay on hands self. We can heal ourself. Lay on hands others. So we've got some healing already. Smite evil. Charge. Okay. Spell book. So maybe, I don't know. I guess maybe we need to wait and see if we have like another cleric with us. She wouldn't need quite as much of the healing. I like this challenge evil. Kind of a cool icon. Stunning barrier actually might be good. Maybe just to start with here, we could throw on, whoops, these two for now. Who's this? Ignash? An old man in a threadbare robe squints at you, fiddling with his matted beard. What do you seek, soldier? Oh, I'm sorry, general, of course. So what'll it be? Spells, magic, secrets? Old Ignash can do anything, knows everything. I have wands and potions. I can tell you your fortune. It won't cost you much. You detect the sour stench of stale alcohol as the old man mumbles. Is this kind of our Bakken? Show me your wares. Well, tell us who you are first. With a visible effort, the old man focuses his eyes on you. Me, Ignash the sorcerer. I worked for years in rain and snow, ne'er a beer and ne'er any dough. Then one sad day, I got myself wasted, and suddenly the gift of magic I tasted. Now I wander with fortunes to tell and spells to sell. Okay, tell me my fortune. The old man hides the money away and takes out a handful of bizarre dice with different numbers of sides and squiggly marks instead of numbers. He shakes the dice in his wrinkled, trembling hands, casts them, and studies the results for a long time, moving his lips in silence and quietly counting on his fingers. You will have happiness and health and a long life. Now you are a general, but someday you'll be a marshal. But beware the number 11. Carrot juice and the song of the chaffinch. Okay, show me your wares. Here, look, everything is real. Plenty of magic, but no tricks. Alright. I didn't look to see what we have already. What's this? Oh, bag of holding. Okay. And a scroll of scorching ray. Got some rings, cloaks of protection. I'm guessing we're gonna want potions. Go ahead and pick up some of those. I don't know. Grab 10 of those and like 4 of those. That's $6 grand. Okay, before we go buying anything else, let's find some other party members, I guess. So there were some people standing around here. I guess we need to go find... What's her name? Kajurji? Here we go.
The path is clear.
Bruiser, Tahira, Gekor. We can't talk to them, I guess. Alright, let's look in here. Where is she? Garita, Svelid. Ingredients. I wonder if we're going to have the same... I suppose we're going to probably be camping the same way that we do in the main game. There's Ignash. Oh, Kajurdi's right over here? Oh, she's right there. Kajurdi Eisbach, formerly quartermaster and chaplain of the Varnling host, now treasurer of Varnhold, greets you with a curt nod. Over all the years you've spent in a party with this no-nonsense dwarf, she's only smiled 3 or 4 times, and never when she was sober. So, you finished celebrating? Had your fun? Then let's get to business. My gut tells me they aren't going to let us live peacefully in this land. We're lucky to have a resourceful person like you on our side. Of course you are. Without me, you'd all be paupers. But why are you sucking up to me? You after the beer in my stock? I'm not pouring any today. Don't get your hopes up. You are cheerful as always. What is there to be cheery about? Of course, the barony is a profitable venture, but do you have any idea what it's like to be treasurer? The quartermaster's job was a thorn in my butt, but this one is more like a wyvern's claw, or a whole wyvern. I need the help of a priest. Why does the Father of Creation still tinker with us fools? Mark my word, someday his patience will end, and then all of us will be finished. Fine, you can buy any scroll you need from me. I'll read it, just don't imagine I'm going to run after you outside the city. When you go off on the march, you'd best take a cleric with you. Okay. Need some equipment. Show me what you have. Take your pick. Just don't imagine that the general gets whatever she wants for free. Order is order. Okay. I don't even know what weapon we have at the moment, if anything. But we may want to buy something, I suppose. Here's our camping supplies. Maybe we should go ahead and buy a few. So it looks like they said we need to find 3 companions, so our party must be these 2. So we've got a wizard. He's got some magic missile. Summon. False life. Burning arc. Not real big on the summons in this game. I feel like they just end up being sort of a pain. But we could try it out with him. Something different from what we've done. But if it gets to be tedious managing summons, maybe we'll switch to something else. Enlarge person, shield. Okay. And then Varn is a rogue. Okay. Look what people have on them. He's got dual short swords. She's got a great sword. I was kind of thinking she would be probably using a shield. Okay. Let's talk to her again. Want to take someone from the team on a raid. I would recommend Gekor the Bruiser and Tahara. It's a waste when such a strong priest and fighter who can tear enemies to pieces with his bare hands is stuck patrolling the streets. And Tahara, that insolent mug, I'm afraid to keep her cooped up in Varnhold. What if she starts thinking too fondly of the good old times when she was a pirate? Oh, Gekor is someone... So it's these 3, or we can, I guess, create our own. We'll go with those 3. See who we've got here. In our main game, we're using all custom characters, but we'll go ahead and play here with these folks. So we've got Tahara, Freebooter. Freebooter is a natural leader, a pirate who works well with a variety of people and in a variety of roles. Her specialized combat tactics help organize and direct a crew, and Freebooter's talents are in high demand. Is Freebooter a fighter class? Ranger. Okay, so we've got a couple rangers. She's got dual daggers. Okay. And then we've got Bruiser, the scaled fist. Okay, he's a monk. Well, I always see how great monks are. For some reason, they just don't appeal to me as a character to play, but we'll go ahead and see how Bruiser does for us. Pretty cool looking there. Yeah, and they're supposedly like the best tanks, even though it's just like silly that this guy would be our tank. But anyway. And then Herald Collar. 'Cause Is that another paladin? I might not have made our main character a paladin. Or is it cleric? Cleric, okay. The Herald Caller is a cleric class. That's good. Interesting, they're got a similar vibe to Bruin in our main game. Even the same domain. Aristil animal domain. That's interesting. Okay. Well, we'll kind of know what we're doing then, at least with them. Alright, so we've got healing there and there. We've got, I guess, our monk tank. And Tahara for some damage. Kind of got our 3 sort of DPS. Healer. Tank. And other maybe sort of off tank paladin. Alright, that works for me, I think. See, what kind of equipment did Gekor have on him? A masterwork longbow. Okay. What about... He's got point blank shot, precise shot. Okay. Well, we'll learn the whole unarmed fighting style, which is, again, is supposedly like great, just not something that generally appeals to me. Toughness and dodge, okay. But they'll have the most AC of anybody. Alright, some new stuff to figure out and learn about. That'll be... I guess now we just need to go talk to Varn. Visit the stockade to talk to Varn and find out why he ordered a party assembled. Unless we want to buy anything else, I guess. We've got gold. Let's see what else she had. I don't know if I want to buy stuff or just kind of wait and see what we pick up. Okay, we're going to buy a longsword and a shield for Adalia. And then we're going to buy a better bow for Gekor. We still have gold, but I'm not sure exactly what we really need at this point. I guess we'll leave the greatsword here as an option for her. I think we'll switch to the sword and shield, her main weapon set, and then give him this a little bit better bow. Okay. Let's go find Mager Varn. See what he has to say. I guess the other thing is any other supplies we may want. Like scrolls, healing. We've got some potions. That's it. Maybe we should buy some healing scrolls. We'll buy a few of these. Cure moderate wounds. And then what about restoration? Never know when we're going to need that. Let's grab a few of those. Okay. Hey, you know what? You never know when grease is going to come in handy. Those are cheap. Let's buy some of those. Okay. We've still got 10 grand if we need to buy more later. But hopefully we've got some basics here that we'll need. Okay, so where's Varn hanging out? In the tavern? Visit the stockade. Talk to Varn. Where is Stockade. Is that up here across the river? Yeah.
Let us be careful.
Maybe? Okay. Here he is. Maker stands half turned to you. There is tension in his pose, though he only stares into the distance. Without turning, he begins to speak. Idalia, you're right on time. We need to discuss the incident in Dunsward, and about 1,000 other things that have come crashing down on us along with the Baronhood. What do I need to know about the incident in Dunsward? There is a place in my dominions called the City of Hollow Eyes. Until recently, it was considered quite a peaceful and harmless place, despite its name. But something strange is going on there. Our scouts report that centaurs have attacked the locals, and a gang of cutthroats is wandering in the area. It's a good bet that the centaurs and the bandits were uprooted by something else, something dangerous. Or perhaps they're drawn to the place by something precious. One day I will certainly become a decent baron. I'll sit on the throne, sip wine, and grow fat. But before that wonderful day comes, I hope to add a few more pages to the adventures of the Varling host. So if you're ready, General, say the word. I'm ready to stretch my legs. But there was other stuff to talk about, I thought. We need to prepare a little bit more. How are you coping with everything crashing down on you along with the title? Just think of it. I am now a baron. That's right. Your Grace. Mager smiles through his gloom. I thought after so many years of leading the party, more responsibility wouldn't be a problem. And I was right. I'm not afraid of responsibility, but I'm afraid how little freedom I have left. Our wild exploits are over, Idalia. Of course, I can still steal some time to swing my sword around, but we'll never get back to how it was before. Remember that adventure in the Three Valleys on the border between Rostland and Izia? When the new Switch and her rabble were practically ruling the region, and the Sertovas made it a point to do nothing, waiting for the Aldori to make their move? Jumandi did the wise thing then and sent a team of mercenaries, that's us, instead of her own warriors. But we definitely didn't do a single wise thing. Haha, you remember whose idea it was to use me as bait? Your own, of course. Who else? Cephal wouldn't talk to you for a month after that. To have him tell it, I'm a reckless boy who puts his heart and his appetite for risk above safety and profit. And I must say, Cephal can be right at times. But yes, it was an insane plan. Of course, we could have listened to Cephal, waited for the scouts from Galt, and watched while more and more people went missing. But time was running out, and the Noose was building shrines to demon lords practically out in the open, and doing whatever she pleased. She must have been the most elusive enemy we've ever met. A witch with an incredible talent for conjurations and illusion, and with almost animal cunning. We tracked for over a year and never caught up to her once. But we were right about the plan. To make her drop her guard, we'd have to make her feel like the hunter, not the prey. I was the prey. We figured she'll be well distracted by the commander, betrayed by his own people. And sure enough, you were able to seize the wretch. You know, I never told you, but for a moment there I wasn't sure I was going to make it. I was all tied up, laying in that stupid box, and then on the altar, all the while wondering whether you'd ever show up. Would you have enough time? But of course, I never expected what happened after that. Didn't you expect us to follow the plan? We'd spent so much time working on it, deciding exactly how to use the location and the enemy's weaknesses. The fact you followed the plan didn't surprise me. What surprised me is that it worked. Something always has to go wrong, you know. Alright, what's wrong with me? It was one of the best pages in the history of the party. A daring plan, a bold victory. I would never let some witch hurt you. Mager looks at you and smiles softly. Poor Noose and lucky me. If the witch really knew who was protecting me, she would probably have surrendered without a fight. Have you thought about the future? Varnhold's and yours? You mean what will happen when all the dust settles and we straighten things out here? Mager half smiles. That's simple. I'll get old really fast, become a terribly grumpy old man, and spend the rest of my days regaling chance guests of the barony with incredible stories about the feats of my past. Without waiting for a reaction to his joke, Maker suddenly looks away as if studying the play of light and shadow on the floor. Truth be told, I haven't made any real plans for the future. I've barely gotten used to the idea that I'm not a vagrant with a sword, but a baron with my own lands, my own town, and my own home. But what does it mean? He stops for a while and then asks in a calm voice, "What about you, Idalia? What life do you see for yourself? Do you see yourself settling here in Varnhold? Or maybe you don't like the town and you're sick of me, and just waiting for a chance to find greater fortunes elsewhere?" "I won't leave you, no matter what awaits us next." Mager looks up at you and stares for a long time as if he's thinking about asking you something else, but in the end he just nods. "I thank you. You have no idea how glad I am to hear this." "Let me ask you a question. How is it that you're not sick to death of arguing with Cephal? You've done it every day for years." Mager smiles coyly. "It's a well thought out strategy. No, I mean it seriously. I've seen firsthand that the best way to rule is when one person makes the decisions and has the responsibility, but lets everyone else speak and tries to hear them all. No one is perfect, Idalia, especially mercenary Captain Mager Varn, who somehow became a ruler for no good reason. As long as Cephal is with me, as long as I hear him contradicting me at every tiny step, well, I won't risk convincing myself of my own infallibility. Of course, there's another side to this. Making decisions nowadays means drowning in endless arguments. And governing is a competition and finding out who's the biggest idiot. That's why you're so important to me." Mager adds much more seriously, "Without you, Cephal and I would end up acting like fools because we wouldn't be able to stop arguing at the right time." "So you see me as a mediator? I don't agree with Cephal on most things." "You don't know what a great consolation that is. My hair would already be as white as snow if I had to convince him by myself every time. And most importantly, when even you agree with Cephal, then I'd better think seriously about conceding." "Okay, I guess I'm ready to set off to Dunsward, and so are our people." "Are you sure? It's your call, but I'm going to ride you hard, just like in the good old days. There won't be time for daydreaming or replenishing supplies." "Okay, alright. Let me make sure about it then, and we'll come back." So, we only bought 6
The path
camping
is clear.
supplies. So maybe we'll want more than that. Let me go back. We've got the gold. We might as well spend it and make sure we're stocked up. Okay, we went ahead and bought out her camping supplies, so we have 20 of those. And then we'll grab some more healing and just for the heck of it picked up remove curse, remove blindness, and some more restoration. Never know. Actually, I mean, let's go back and buy more potions from this guy. No reason to carry gold with us if we could buy some things that could help us along the way. So let's see. I think he had potions. Could buy rings of protection. Eh. Even like these, potion of blur. Let's just buy those out. And anything else here? Let's buy potions. Another couple big ones. There, that's pretty much gonna be the end of our gold. So that's
I'll go ahead.
as stocked up as we can be, I think. Now I think we're ready to head out. Okay, we're ready to set off. Let's go. So we don't get to move, apparently. Just
It's time we had a rest.
oh, okay. Everybody's already ready to camp. We've got a lot of rations, but I'm not sure we want to use them yet. Let's not use our rations. I don't know how many we're gonna need.
We should look into this.
Okay, so far we can't control where we go. I don't know if the whole thing's gonna be like that. All right, I kind of wanted to see what our group here was like in combat. Let's take a look at our formation. I guess we'll stick Bruiser up there in front. Something like so. Let's see. He's the cleric, isn't he? It's interesting that we ended up with a cleric really similar to our cleric in the main game. Alright, we'll try something like that. Guess we have somebody that can do traps. Mager.
Damn it!
Oh, try again.
You got
Okay,
another
you got
one?
it.
I've spotted something.
So somebody up here
Well,
doesn't want us
that
to get
was
through
easy.
here easily. Okay, Goblin Falcon Eye. Alright, our first chance to try things out here. Alright, we don't need this. We got goblins down there. We only really we have Gekor with the bow. Otherwise, we got two like
Believe in
stabby
yourselves.
folks. Mager. Oh great, we got a firebomb thrower up there. We just send elk up there. Kind of an ambush we walked into here. Alright, Idalia. I'll have to figure out. Lay on hands. Maybe we actually could just channel here. I think with the selective channel, it shouldn't heal that guy. Okay, good. Smite Evil. She can do... Is that like a swift action? It is. Alright, let's try that on this Dog Reaper. Bruiser, Tahara. Got Freebooter's Bond. Forms a bond with her crewmates. Allows her to spend a move action to grant her allies extra combat prowess when they work as a team. All allies within 30 feet who can see her or hear the freebooter gain an additional +2 bonus on attack rolls when flanking for a minute. Okay. And she's got invisibility and Freebooter's Bane. As a move action, indicate an enemy in combat and rally her allies to focus on the target. The freebooter and her allies gain +1 bonus on weapon attack and damage rolls against the target. Alright, let's just attack here. Nice. And then Suffle. He's got kind of a little bit of everything here. Some acid, fire. Enlarged person we can use. Let's just go with the magic missile up here on this Falcon Eye. It says we still have 3 of them. Where's the third? He's down here. Gekor. Gekor could actually just channel again for us. We'll send Mager over here to this Falcon Eye. Hampering injury. The sneak attack reduces their speed. And disorienting injury. Debilitate the target of her attack, causing it to take a penalty for 1 round on attack rolls. free action. Looks like we can use it multiple times. Or that's just a toggle you can have on. Reduce speed or reduce attack rolls. I think we leave it on disorienting. Okay, this bomb thrower up here is a problem. Vidalia, he has a charge. Can't reach though. We just send her up here. It's gonna take some time to get used to this group and figure out what we need to do. Try some acid splash. Shuffle. Let's try to take care of this one down here so we can focus on the two up above. See if Magar can finish him off.
Victory is near.
Good. Okay. We can probably real time this now. Finish off these guys. Okay, you guys get up there.
On your knees.
Get this bomb thrower. There we go. Okay. Our first fight with this group. We leveled up. Everybody leveled up. So I think what we'll do is take a little break here. Let's pick up all this stuff first. We're going to take a break.
I'll go ahead.
And then next time we'll get everybody leveled up and head into this cave and see what we've got there. All right, this is gonna be good. I don't know how long this is gonna be. How many? Like, I don't know if we've got a couple episodes or 10. We're just gonna have to see what happens. Really appreciate you being here. It's great to have you watching, and I hope to see you again next time here in the Stolen Lands. Bye bye.